Hi, Leo. Welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your October 2021 love reading. Thanks to those of you who've liked, viewed, shared, subscribed, and donated to the channel. I appreciate all of that. And for those of you new to the channel, as far as what we have in front of us, it's what I call the bridging the gap spread. And the way it works is we'll look at the past energies, present energies, and future energies between you and your main love interest. Once we get through all that, we'll pull some oracle cards for some additional insight. That's where the bridging the gap dynamic comes into play. And as far as the decks being used, on the left side we have the Lover's Path Tarot, and on the right side we have the Tarot Sexual Magic. Also keep in mind it's a general reading, so I'm going to be referring to the cards on the left as your energy and the cards on the right as the other person. So if you feel like it's the other way around in your situation, then definitely trust that. Alright, so with all that out of the way, we'll get started. Past energy on your side, we have the Six of Staves, which is actually Leo energy, and the Ace of Coins. So, looking at these two cards, the Six of Staves, rather, usually represents an energy of victory and confidence as well. And given that they're moving toward the direction of this person, I feel like this is saying that in the past you might have come forward to them with confidence and making an offer to them. Now, with the Ace energies, usually I view that as sometimes it's more of an idea as opposed to you actually taking action. But combined with this card, I feel like for the majority of you, you actually did come forward and make the effort to this person. Others of you might have had the idea to, but maybe something along the way stopped you in your tracks. And the reason I mention that possibility is because the past energy on their side, we see the Six of Cups and the Eight of Wands. So this is Sagittarius energy here, and this is Scorpio energy. But primarily what I see with this, given it was in the past position and her back is turned to the cards on this side, could just be saying that when you were going to approach them, they might have still had someone from their past that was still in the picture. And they might have been reconnecting with that person at the time. And with that, I see, a lot of passion within that connection as well. For a smaller percentage of you, this could represent that they connected with you, but were thinking of someone else. But yeah, for the majority of you, I feel like they might have rejected the offer just because they still had someone in the picture from their past. All right. Present energy on your side, we have the Two of Staves. So this is Aries energy here. And for you guys, that represents your 9th house. So this could just be saying that you might have your focus elsewhere. Maybe there's a physical distance between the two of you as well. That might be causing a bit of an issue as far as getting the connection off the ground. But what stands out to me is we do see the back turned. So that's why I'm feeling like the storyline for the majority of you is going to be that you most likely did come forward to this person. They might have rejected the offer just because they still had someone from their past in the picture. And now, because of that, you might actually be focusing elsewhere, looking for new opportunities for yourself. All right. Present energy on their side, we have the Two of Chalices. So this is Two of Cups energy here. Now, this is a bit of a split because they're kind of sort of facing the cards on this side this time. So for some of you, could just be saying that maybe the energy with that ex-person's clearing out and now they're thinking about the possibility of being in a connection with you. For others of you, though, this could just be saying that they too, are starting something new, most likely with that person from their past, if that's the case. And future energy on your side, we have the Queen of Staves. So this is Aries energy again here. And this is usually action-oriented, but again, it's the 9th house. So it could just be one of those things where you might be looking at things from a different perspective around the situation. For some of you, this could even be something that comes to you around the time, I should say, of the Aries full moon that we're going to have toward the end of Libra season. So I think it'll be around, just after the second half of October is when that full moon will take place. So look out for some insight around that. But what stands out to me is usually the wand or stave energy is action-oriented, and Aries is an action-oriented sign as well, but this is still queen energy, right? So a bit more receptive. So to me, I see the openness toward this person in the future, but not necessarily taking action toward them, right? Like, for example, that's definitely action-oriented with the horse. Here we see the back turned. Now we see that you're looking their way again in the future, but with the queen energy, maybe not possibly coming forward toward them, but at least being open to the idea of reconnecting with them. And future energy on their side, we have the 10 of Pentacles, Virgo energy, and Death, Scorpio energy. So again, I can see this playing out a couple different ways too. One way could be saying that they might actually finally cut ties with that connection from their past. And if that's the case, then that would be more likely that the Two of Cups mean that they're more open to the idea of being in a connection with you. So just to put in like just to give you a generic example, let's say that this is all taking place because of the retrograde, right? They have a person from their past that pops back up. Maybe they entertain that for a little bit of time, get whatever closure was needed there, and then they start to refocus their energy towards you. That could be one way I see it playing out. Now, on the flip side, I do have to say, if this is them still progressing in the connection with that person from their past with the death card in that regard, then I feel like that's saying that they would actually cut the connection off with you, which is to say that they're going to stay committed to this past situation. So I really could see it playing either way. I feel like it's probably around 70% it would be that they're actually going to move toward a connection with you and leaving the past connection behind completely, but 30% it might be the other way where they're going to keep building with the past connection. And timeline wise, this could just be saying that they might cut ties with that other connection as we get into Scorpio season, which would make sense too, as far as that's when the retrograde energy is going to be ending as well. All right, and bottom of the deck. On your side, we have Fertility. So this is the equivalent to the Empress in traditional tarot. And it always stands out to me with this deck too. We do see lion. Well, it looks like a male lion there and then a possible lion cub over there too. So definitely looks like this could represent your energy, which is, again, similar to what I was picking up with the Queen of Staves, which is to say you guys just might go into a bit more of a receptive energy. Like, okay, I already made a gesture toward this person. Maybe you'll be open to something with them, but I feel like this is you just taking the stance of, well, if it's going to take place at this point, I'm going to let them come to me. If not, I'm content with where I'm at, right? Now, for some of you, I do have to say, if you physically reconnected with this person recently, there is the possibility you might find out that you are pregnant. So just be on the lookout for that. And let's see if anything else comes to mind with this. If that's the case, it would probably be during the Venus transit through Sagittarius, which is your 5th house. So you might find out during that time. All right. And bottom of the deck on their side, we have the King of Wands. So this is actually in Leo energy here. So, of course, for some of you, this might be saying that this has been your energy on the right all along. But what's more likely, I feel, is to say that I feel like this is saying that they really are focusing on you a lot. So this is another thing that leads me to believe that for the majority of you, this probably would represent them leaving their past connection behind to pursue something with you. But like I said, for a smaller percentage, it might actually represent that they're just going to continue to build with their previous person, and by Scorpio season, they might let you know that they're cutting the connection with you off. But yeah, seeing this on the bottom, and then the star card underneath that as well. And then actually we have another Leo energy here. So yeah, for the majority of you, I feel like they're definitely going to be moving towards something more stable with you, or at least attempting to. So hopefully that resonated with you guys. Next, we'll move on to the Oracle cards, see if we get any additional insight there. First, we'll see if we get anything with an Aqua Moonlight deck. And I'm just going to be looking for unspoken messages from you to them, and then from them to you. Now, traditionally, I've always just taken jumpers for these, but this month I've actually been pulling some cards too if we haven't gotten any jumpers. So we'll try to see if we get any jumpers first. If not, I'll just pull a card. And I'll see if I decide to do that again next month or go back to the other way. But yeah. First, we'll see if we get any unspoken from you to them. Okay, got one there. And next we'll see if we get anything from them to you. Okay, got one there. So, on your side, we have fear. It says, I want this so badly, but I'm afraid of getting hurt, so I self-sabotage. Interesting. I don't really see an energy of self-sabotage there. Well, the one way I would say maybe I could see that playing out here is for those of you where, like I said, it looks like one way I could read this energy, because the ace energies usually to me represent more of an idea as opposed to taking action. Could be one of those things where for some of you might have come close to letting this person know how you felt, but then maybe you got discouraged at some point. Other than that, I don't really see like a self-sabotage energy, at least within these cards. So, for what it's worth, hopefully it resonated with a few of you though. And on their side, we have nervous. So it says, you make me lose my cool and I just don't know how to act in your presence. It's interesting. Uh, yeah, and again, I'm not necessarily seeing that directly play out with these cards either. Like I said, it seemed like they really did have someone from their past that they were still dealing with, as opposed to like a nervous energy that kept them away from you. But again, hopefully that resonates with you guys too. It does look like there is genuine attraction there for sure with these cards. Alright, and lastly we'll pull a card from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. And same situation here as far as I pre-shuffled this deck also, but here I'm just looking for one card with general advice and we'll wrap up there. Okay, well, got two actually. So, alright, let's see what we got. Okay, we have Imagine. There's the artwork, and the number is 20. And we have Orphaned. There's the artwork, and the number is 5. So, interesting. I mean, just look at the colors alone, you see quite a contrast in the energies, but we'll see what the messages in the book say. Okay, essential meaning says turning imagination into manifestation, creative thought, visualization, the power of aligning imagery and feelings, creativity, illusions. The Oracle's message: who do you want to be? What do you need to believe in order? What do you need to believe in order to have the life you want? You were gifted with the power to imagine. If you can dream it, you can create it. This is the time when your imagination is the key to manifesting the life you desire. Spend time daydreaming, fashioning a vision board to help you see your goals, or meditating. Allow the power of your creativity to deliver images of what feeds your soul. Then allow your feelings to mingle with your inspirations and imagine these things being real right now. Then repeat. What you imagine will become your belief, and soon you will see these things come to pass in the outer world as if by magic. So definitely an interesting message there, and if anything, that makes me think of the more receptive energy that we were seeing coming your way in the future as well, so hopefully that resonated with you. Then the relationship message says, in matters of the heart, it's easy to daydream about another as a means of connecting to that person. While that's romantic, if you want this relationship to be real, you need to go for it, not just dream about it. Now is the time to move beyond the daydream and into reality, beyond illusion and into fruition. Relationships are about relating. So step out onto the dance floor where imagination partners with manifestation. The message of this card is that a person with attributes you have imagined will enter your life. You'll be changed for the better. Imagine that. So interesting message there, because to me that resonated with, like I said, for that small percentage of you where maybe you did start to come toward this person and then might have backed out at the last minute. And then also we saw the fear message and we read that there too. So if that resonates with you guys too, that might have been more of a message for those of you who are in that group. All right, and next we'll read the messages for Orphaned. Okay, it says a sense of loss, an identity crisis, recognizing that you don't fit in, the need to belong, uncertainty about your place. So yeah, just reading that part alone, I feel like this message is probably for those of you where, like I said, for the small percentage of you where they actually might continue to build with the connection with the previous person. This message would most likely be for you, which, like I said, I was feeling more like a 70%. They'll probably build with you, maybe 30%. They'd stay with their previous connection. But read the rest. It says, we were all meant to have connections with other people, within our family, society, and the larger culture. No man is an island, and it's important to recognize when being a part of, rather than separate from, is essential to your well-being. The issue at hand is the need to find where you fit. Be true to your core truths and values. Perhaps you no longer identify with a group or community the way you did before and need to find a new situation. You might be feeling a deep sense of loss or confusion. Address the need for belonging and know that you will find your place with others of like mind and spirit. It's okay to let go of pressure to fit in. Not everyone will understand you. It's time to move on. So, yeah, we'll move on to the relationship message here. And it says, as you shift and evolve and commit to your own growth, you long for support but may be disappointed and hurt by others who are not providing what you feel you deserve. Perhaps you are drifting away from this relationship because you're in a different stage of personal growth. Perhaps you are in a new relationship and discovering that you don't share the same values and beliefs, so you feel left out, unable to get to that intimate place of safety and belonging. Take heart, His Spirit knows you and loves you, and will steer you in the direction of those who accept you as you are without artifice or agenda. Don't compromise yourself to belong. It won't be worth the price. So yeah, definitely, for sure, reading that message, that makes me feel like that's going to resonate with those of you where this person continues to build with the connection with their previous person. I feel like that's saying, especially if they, for whatever reason, if they even suggested to you just a third party dynamic, I feel like that's saying that, obviously if you're looking for something from more serious, you shouldn't settle for that. But hopefully that resonated with you guys. We'll wrap up there and I'll see you all next month. All right, bye.